born in the summer of his 27th year, coming home to a place he'd never been before. He left yesterday behind him. You might say he was born again. You might say he found the key for every door. When he first came to the mountains, his life was far away, on the road, hanging by a song. But the string's already broken, and he doesn't really care. It keeps changing fast, and it don't last for long. But the Colorado Rocky Mountain High, I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. The shadow from the starlight is softer than a lullaby. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. In the Colorado Rocky Mountain High, I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. Talk to God and listen to the casual reply. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. The Colorado Rocky Mountain High, I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. I know he'd be a poorer man if he never saw an eagle fly. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado Rocky Mountain High, I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. Friends around the campfire and everybody's high. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Rocky Mountain High, Rocky Mountain High, Rocky Mountain High, Rocky Mountain High, Rocky Mountain
Hello, traders. Welcome to the live stream. Oh, what the heck? Oh, I see what was going on. All right, sorry, got echo going on over here. Yeah, coming in from Colorado. I am at the base here of the Rockies, and but like I am extremely elevated in this town, highest elevated town I think in the state. We are right now 9,000 plus feet up, and it is very difficult to catch my breath, and it's been like that. So I would say I have not been, I am not acclimated to this elevation. And up there, I mean, we were over 11,000 feet high. and it's been rough, you know. Skiing, my body is like, I feel like I was in a car wreck, so I'm just kind of taking it easy today. So I figured instead of skiing, I would live stream for y'all, because, you know, we got some price action, we got some assets to look at. It's been a few days, so let's do that. Okay, thank y'all for tuning in. We are just 2 minutes away. Look on the 8th, 2 minutes away from Power Hour. Last hour before the closing bell, and it seems like the markets have been selling off leading up to this. So here we go. All right, so Bitcoin, after that godlike reversal, has completely, you know, caught zero follow through. The next day lost all the gains of the body of the candle, woefully fell back below the key inflection point of $99,300, $98,250. It's at that little midpoint of this big range. Real quick before I get too far, let me get some audio checks, make sure we're good on that. I don't want it to be, you know, the stream ruined. Chat, let me know, give me some updates on that. Let me know. That's right, I'm not acclimated. This is a historic stream in a couple ways, chat. This is the first beanie I've ever worn on a live stream. I think I've done like 3,000 plus live streams. And this is the highest altitude I've ever live streamed at. So think about that. If you're in here right now, you are witnessing Mitch Ray TA history. Hype in the chat, okay? Sounds good, okay? Chase Berry, thank you, dude. Well, thanks to Chaylin, you know, stepping up, killing it. Yeah, MicroStrategy is now Strategy. Yeah, sorry, dude, that's not gonna do anything. Changing your name to Strategy. And guess what? Doesn't matter what your earnings are, Bitcoin's gonna go back to 92.7. MicroStrategy is gonna continue to dump, okay? A lot more. And the target right now on Bitcoin, just so you know, just so everyone's up to date, we are targeting $92,779. The target is the bottom of this range again. The price action we've been receiving the past few days has been bad. If you're like in Patreon Citadel, not having access to, you know, my computer, all I've been able to do is just tell you this is not good. You have to be cautious and patient on this market because the bottom's not in. Okay, not yet. We will get price action. We will get candles that are representative of potential bottoms, but that was not it. That candle right there seems like for a lot of alts was just a buyer inducing rally. And if you look at the less significant time scales on these altcoins, another lower high got put in. A lot of bearish back tested key levels occurred, and now they're rolling over. And today they're getting hit pretty hard. As you can see on the thumbnail, they're frozen in ice because we're really high up, okay? Not on price, but where we are physically in the world. Crypto Hortus here. What's up, Brad? What's up, chat? Good to see y'all. Yeah, so, you know, I've got the 4-hour chart here. This is the price action that's been so bad, right? Such a clear, concise inflection point, okay? Pretty much yesterday and today at the tip top, tested it perfectly and rejected it. Now rolling over near the lows of the day. We were at the lows of the day. So there just doesn't really make much sense, technically speaking, for the price after that, right? There's just not much that makes sense until $92,779. You can imagine where altcoins are going to be. They're going to be probably retesting their lows as well. Okay, the miracle scenario would be, oh, buyers just randomly come in where they've never come in before ever, okay? I think I counted 15 to 18 different times where the price between 92,000 and 99,000, there's been reversals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different times in history, okay? So other than that, I mean, there's really been no other time. One time, they never saw a 92.7 after failing at 99. That's the anomaly. Every other time is pretty certain. It's been certain historically, despite what happens here. So the miracle that would save us would be random bids come in now or before 92.7, and then after that, they've got to recapture 100K. And then after that, really though, 100K still doesn't get you quite right yet. You have to break $102,500, 102.5, because that's the previous discernible swing high on the less significant time scales. And I've been really having some problems with these technicals on the lower time frames, because you're seeing classic distribution pretty evident. Okay. Yeah, you had the M shape, great reversal. Hey, maybe we get a type 2 return down here. You never know. I mean, you can't act like you know if they're going to hold it or not when it gets back down there. If it does, but just getting rid of that for a second. Okay. As you can see, the highest high, January 20th, and all these lower highs, January 21st through the 24th. And then you can't really see it.
You Mitch are the absolute man for streaming while on vacation. Hope you're having a lot of fun skiing, dude. How has it been?
Unbound Sniper, thanks so much for the contributions and the kind words, man. I really appreciate it. Let me just get through this and I'll answer that. Just want to provide the value to the people's because I've just been gone. I want to update, right? Get the update over with on Bitcoin. Okay, so the lower highs, and that's like so these two highs lower than this high, but then you come here and you could anchor from this high from January 24th to this low from January 26th, and you can see it is a perfect, undeniable 88% retrace, and it also tested the inflection zone of 106. So you have another lower high, and then what happened? A mega markdown that gave us a lower low than the previous low. This low is lower than this low. So we have a trend, whether it's short term, sure, that's fine. But you can't say we're not in a short-term downtrend. That's fine. Like you're getting the definitive answer. Like, okay, lower highs, lower lows consecutively equals downtrend. Even if it's only since we started it January 21st, it's only like 2 weeks, a 2-week downtrend, fine. It could reverse and resume the long-term godly uptrend anytime. But for now, until then, you just got to understand that. So you just made the lower high, and now you sold off, and you've just spent the past 2 days bearishly back testing this very real level where when it's tested as resistance, it almost always, we just looked at it, almost always goes back to 92,779. It just does, okay? Not my fault. I'm not making the rules here. That's just what it does. Look, you can see it. So the sellers recapture that level, and then the buyers push the price up to go test 99,250, and they failed once yesterday, and now it seems like today they failed again. Okay, so it's almost like you have this local confirmation high at resistance, which is not a good, that's just not bullish. Okay, it's not like favorable for buyers. Okay, you don't want to see that. You want to see buyers test the level, then break it, then they recapture, right? And they back test it formally as support, then they run higher to break 102.5, the next high, they recapture that high, make a higher high. Like that's what we need, right? It's like a process. If you want to see much higher levels, you need to start making the higher highs, higher lows, and we're just not doing that yet. Again, 2 weeks, lower highs, lower lows, all right? We don't know how long that's gonna last, but we'll let the data dictate when it ends. When the downtrend concludes, it'll be us breaking 102.5, and then I think you're breaking 102.5, the probability is high of all-time highs at that point, okay? But until then, we just got to be cognizant of the levels and know that if you're below this level, given enough time, you'll probably, based on history, go test 92,779. I'm not saying we're going to test it and then we're going to break it and we're going to dump to 85K. I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you, right? Like, when you don't have like a trade setup, right, the harmonic completing at key inflection points and double bottoms, type 2 returns with bullish divergence, all those variables that give us that greater than 50% chance. When you don't have that, all you can do is talk about the levels, right? Because TA to me is really, it's not about forecasting at all. It is simply a risk management tool, and most of the time you don't have the structures available to have an edge or to be able to manage risk appropriately. So anyway, the levels are being tested not favorably for buyers, and that's where we are in between the big level, like the big levels, 99 and 91.5, 92,779. Okay, so that's where we are, man. That's the update. Just wanted to get that out of the way because I just haven't been here in a couple of days. But it's Bitcoin, all right. Dang, man, that's not great, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, we're still at $96,000, right? Same price we were at 3 months ago, pretty much now, right? Or not 3 months, but let's just say over 2 months ago, same price. Fine. Crab market, all good. But the issue is not Bitcoin. The issue are the altcoins. Okay. Definitely the altcoins having problems. And it's not, Bitcoin's not the centerpiece of conversation as much as it would be alts. So since we started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto. Ethereum, for instance, down 3.6%. But my Eric Trump, but he said, dude, he said to buy now. He said to buy now, Chad, at 2,900. Daily, you can't really see it. You'd think the biggest hammer in the world ever. True, but what happened? Immediate invalidation. Right? To have a hammer, you got to have follow through, and there was zero. So it's a potential hammer, and until you get follow through, and if you close something like bearish engulfing, it's just, it never was, it never will be. Okay, and so the issue is where it closed was, can you believe it? They ran it all the way from 2,100 all the way up to 2889. That's a resistance support from history. They closed below it, and then they tested it the next day, just barely. Oh my God, it's such bad price action at an inflection point. And now it's rolling over, indecision candle yesterday, and starting to roll over again, going for your lowest daily candle close since November 5th. 3 months ago, going for 3-month lows on the close. And the really bad problem is there's just not much here that makes any sense until $2,400. So like the downside potential from where you are right now being down 3.44%, you still have another 10.7% downside potential before anything makes sense technically, okay? That's what sucks. So my Eric Trump, my BlackRock, everyone's buying Ethereum, dude. $100 million, $200 million of Ethereum purchases. Okay, well, that might be going on. That's great, but someone's selling to them, and I'm just showing you the technicals, okay? Because, right, imagine like, you know, you're trying to make financial decisions based on what Eric Trump said or what BlackRock's doing that's public and everyone knows about it, but then you're looking at the price action correlation to key levels and what should be a support, what was once a support just recently to January 13th and the 27th, it's now flipped to resistance and rolling over. So you think a retest is in store for the lows, 2,100 possibly, but at least 2,400. It seems like it's on deck until some miracle happens, right? That is like, right, I'm analyzing present current price action. The data we have right effing now. Oh, great, man. So why did I ask, and why did everyone say that the mic sounded good and now it doesn't? Oh, maybe it's, I don't know. Does it sound like better now? God, man, hold on. Let me, just give me 2 seconds. I had to go wired. Okay, this is super annoying. I don't know how to do this. Hold on one sec. I'm gonna take y'all down my shirt. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna have to be like this. The outside, does it sound better now? Maybe it should sound better now. But anyway, so I come to you today from Colorado, and I unfortunately cannot sign off on Ethereum being like a good bid, a good buy right now. You need to recapture $3,000. You need to get back above the 200 simple moving average. There's just so much that needs to be done before you can get excited about Ethereum. It doesn't look good right now, chat. I'm just saying, as it currently stands right now, until new information, comes to light, man, then we'll talk. We'll talk about that new data, and then maybe we're good. But for now, it looks bad. It looks like the sellers are in control of this asset. Okay, sorry. Don't hate me for that, okay? Let me check and see what people said in the chat. Does it sound better? This is not Boomer Town. Dude, we're using wireless mics and stuff, and we're streaming with the Rocky Mountains behind us. That is, boomers don't do that, dude. They don't do that, okay? You're snowboarding tomorrow? Hit me up in the Discord if you're, we're in Breck, man. We're in Breck. So if you're around there, hung out with Logan, not a Logan we know, but another Logan in our Discord. He's been in the community for a really long time. In the Discord, his name's Gibberish. Shout out Gibberish. He's a snowboarder. He lives here, and he came and hit the slopes with us, and we hit some blue trails, and it was crazy, man. It was crazy times. So anyway, okay. Yeah, shout out other Logan. Yeah, exactly. Alternative Logan. But he performed better than the alternative cryptos to Bitcoin. As you can see, Ethereum, gross, 50 shades of gross, down 3%. All right, let's go to XRP, down 2.5, 2.6% now. So same situation where, oh my God, what a reversal. But where did they take it to? It looks so bad on the 4 hour, okay? Not that the daily's like, wow, that's crazy. Weird context for these hammers. They're not acting as reversals. The 4 hour though tells you everything you need to know about what's going on. So you can see the inflection zone, 265, 272. You know, it dumped, and then the buyers, all the scalpers, you know, came in and they rallied this thing all the way back up to the top of this, or you know, some of the top of the zone, right? 270. And what do? They just formally back tested it as resistance and closed on the daily below it. And since then, you've just been bleeding out. And so it would just lead you to believe that we could very well be seeing a back test of this level, 196, 190. Okay, so I'm not saying like we're going to break that and dump to 120 or 82 cents or anything. I'm just telling you, like, it's all about the levels, right? If you don't have an edge, all we can do is discuss price action correlation to those levels and where we are respective to those levels. And we are in between two big ones. And we just put in another lower high. So another short-term downtrend going on. Lower high, here's your low, here's your lower high, then this high. You know, lower high, then a lower low, then this low, then a lower high, then this high, then the lower low, then this low, then a lower high, then this high. You're just downtrending in the short term, not long term, just short term downtrend. Okay, you can have short term downtrends and long term uptrends. It's fine, but I'm just saying, right? It's not a good place to be trying to take fresh longs. You just probably be waiting for market participants, the buyers, to come in and recapture 272, 290, or the sellers to come in and push this price down to 190, and then we would recalibrate and see like how the price action correlates to that level. And that's kind of where we are on XRP. I don't really feel much better, you know, about it right now. Not a good spot. Okay, just despite what happens next, it's not. But it's okay, man. It's crazy. It's still 230, man. Remember what it was at November 5th? Give me a break, dude. It was at 50 cents. So, like, whatever. Complain about it. All right, so that's your XRP update. Then your Solana update, down 2.47%. I'm really not liking this. This is, it is, like, very close. I mean, you are on bearish breakdown watch to pull a Dogecoin. This is getting, unless, right here, you would have to have a miracle. Bitcoin would have to randomly reverse here and start going above 100K for this to not collapse. That's what it looks like to me on Solana, right? You have one high, second high. They tried 259.90, 2021 all-time high, and they failed. And then you've been marking down. And so you're just sitting here you were at below these peaks from history, candle high close from September 2021. That's where you're at. So if they do not defend this, I mean, you have like legit argument for a target of like $130, if not 156.60 first. So if you were going to go short, I think your stop at this point would be at this wick high. If you're taking out highs above 204, then yeah, invalid short argument. But at this point, like, if you look at this structure, so 1, 2, 3, they tested see, what's concerning is you've tested the 200 moving average once and twice. If you see it again, you're probably not going to hold it. Okay, so you look at this, and this was the same kind of argument we had. Bearish price action correlation to an inflection zone that you got at $199, $200 psychological. As you can see here, it is resistance. It's resistance again today. Okay, so Dogecoin, same situation respectively. It's on 34% level. That bearish back test, the key level from history. It's a very real level. Look, this demand line here, 1 and 2, this is very similar-ish to Sol locally. And you have right here a demand line that they're starting to break, and that was kind of the argument, and the stop loss was very tight. It was above 34.4 cents. Just a little bit. If it got triggered the stop loss, you might very well have been going to 35 plus cents and breaking that. But hey, if not, all right, lots of downside potential. And hey, man, we don't act like we know if these setups will play out. If they do, and
it did play out, but we didn't know it would play out that fast too. So we don't act like we know where they're going. We don't know, we act like they're gonna play out, and we don't know how fast they'll play out or how slow. And this one hit target 1 and target 2 on the same day, I think. Target 1, and within 2 days, 2 targets of the 3 targets were hit. Target 3 of the trade setup is yet to be hit on this short setup that's around 17.8 cents. That's just the next inflection point. So you're on your way. You're working on the lowest daily candle close on Doge since November 9th. So we're talking almost 3-month lows on Doge on the close in 3 hours, 41 minutes, unless a miracle happens. And that was the same case yesterday and the day before. Multi-month lows, 2 days in a row, going for a 3rd day in a row. Yikes, man. Okay, I'm not trying to be like negative, toxic. It's just like there are times when things look good, when price action's favorable for buyers, and then there's times when price action is unfavorable for buyers. People tend to love favorable price action for buyers, but they tend to hate and despise and do not want to hear that if the price action is unfavorable for buyers. Okay, so don't shoot the messenger. If new data presented itself, I'd try to be the first person to tell you, hey man, we got some good developments going on right here, but so far it's not good. And I'm telling you, I've been scanning through some of these altcoins, and there are ones, many ones that look way worse than Dogecoin. Oh my God. Remember, there are 36 million scam coins that exist now. Just 4 years ago, there were 3.5 million. A few years before that, there were only a few, like 18,000 before that. So yeah, we just have a lot of assets and only a finite amount of money to go around. So they can't all catch bids. Gross. So yeah, you asked, it was Unbound Sniper. Thank you for the 518 super chat. Yeah, man. How is it? It's tough, man. It's really tough. Lack of oxygen, and my first time skiing, doing the blue routes or whatever. Yeah, man. It's really taxing on your muscles, and the fact that you're only getting 40% of the oxygen you normally get. Is really hard on the muscles. Like, okay, so I'm physically active. I work out 3-4 times a week for a long time, and you know, I'll get a really hard workout in, and I'll go to bed that night, and I'll wake up, yeah, I'm sore. Ow, yeah, man, leg day, holy crap, I can barely walk. All right, that's fine, you know. But here, it's like the soreness. I started receiving soreness yesterday, 45 minutes removed from my skiing session. It started coming in, and I really have never felt anything like that. That's definitely due to lack of oxygen. So, yeah, and it's like you're walking around town and you're like struggling to catch your breath. Like I'm like right now talking to y'all, I'm doing it. So, that's to answer your question. Thank you, dude. Monte Cristo, yeah, I saw that on the map. If groomed, it would be good. Hey, there's Logan himself, man. Logan's in the chat. Are you kidding me? He said I did great yesterday. Yeah, had a couple falls at the top of the mountain. You know, just kind of, it was kind of icy up there. Like, there's been no snow here for a while, and it's been really warm, so the sun melts the snow and it turns slippery, and so it's just not been the best environment for skiing, especially new. All right, yeah, no, you can get oxygen. I'm probably gonna get an oxygen bar or something, but hey man, I have to stream. I have to tell y'all what's going on. Okay, all right, let's go to BNB. It's actually up, man, but it doesn't matter. Who cares if it's BNB's up 1.47%? The technicals look terrible. Like, the adversity that the buyers would have to overcome is insurmountable right now. Think about all the levels you have broken and you are trading below. 600, 620, 638, 661, 691, and then all the 750s, the old all-time highs. Like, all of that, you're below. You're below the 200-day simple moving average now. You are in this massive, you know, liquidity desert where the price is typically straight up, straight down between 510 and 620. If you're at 577, flip your coin on which way if we're going to go test 621 first before seeing 510. Flip your coin, we're on the way to 510 before 620 or breaking it. So, yeah, not a good spot. This is not a good level for BNB, especially if the swing trader is just hands off. There's just nothing to do. Like, right, there was plenty to do. I told you, space-time continuum, September, October, the setups were developing. They were getting poised. The structures were maturing. Late October, all you had to do was just long. Then they went up 250 to 500% on average, and now they've almost all round tripped. I mean, think about what BNB did on the crash day, February 3rd. Lowest price we had seen since September 9th. The entire election run, gone. Still gone, okay? Because you're currently trading at the lowest price. This is it, like November 5th, when Trump got elected, BNB is trading at the same price. So BNB from that election day, it appreciated in value 40%, and now it's all gone. All gone. Yeah, man, bummer, big bummer. You know, so we've now looked at the big ones. Oh man, sorry, dude, I'm so sore. I like my tendons and stuff. Like, so I'm like trying to move the mouse, and I'm like, ugh. Yeah, so total market cap yesterday made its lowest daily candle close since November. Very bad. I have to probably replot this. Not really. I mean, I have the range there, but you can see it, right? I mean, yeah, very, very bad. I mean, that's at lowest daily close we had seen since November 21st. Yeah. So now you are on the chopping block, because the old all-time high from November of 2021, it was tested on the crash day. Big Mike, man, oh my God. Let's freaking go, man. Can we get some hype in the chat for Big Mike? Let's freaking go, man.
Big Mike 886 tipped $100. Can we get some applause for the CO? He is running a distribution clinic right in front of our eyes.
He is, but it's not really like that visible on the daily, so it could be way crazier. And that's what I'm saying, like, you just chalk it up to a short-term downtrend, a 2-week short-term downtrend for now on Bitcoin. The altcoins are wrecked, though, man. Like, it's not even the same. They're in different leagues, different story. There's a chart, too, that shows the complete and utter all-time high divergence between Bitcoin and altcoins. It's obscene, and it's like you'd have just been better off owning and buying Bitcoin and not screwing at all with the altcoins. So thank you, Big Mike, man, for the 100. Big Mike, man, $200. Oh my God. Let's go, dude. Thank you so much, man. Holy crap. Hype in the chat.
Big Mike 886 tipped $100. Now just some hype just for you, good sir.
Thank you, man. That is a super hype. The 200 right there. Hey, man, you just kind of paid for my ski rentals. Thank you, dude, for paying for my ski rentals. All right. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Big Mike, thank you so much for being such a big supporter of this community, being active in the Discord and all that. You and a bunch of others are just all world and make this community what it is. And you get it. You understand, right? Like, it's not just always number go up. We're going to be rich because we're just waiting on that one last pump, man. Now, I need it now. You got to wait, man. We just had Bitcoin in total. It went up 50, 60% in 6 weeks or less. We were here for it. It was amazing. But now, 3 months have gone by. Chop zone. Crab. We went from bull to crab. Crab can transition into bear, but it also can continue into bull. And so we are reaching the bottom thresholds of this range here on total. And 3 trillion's a very psychological level as well as a very real level, manufactured years ago. So breaking that would be very bad. And below 2.9 is the 200 moving average, 2.6. 2.58 is another big level, and then 2.3 is down there. You understand? Like, people don't get it. Like, if Total did this, there would literally be nothing wrong. Like, it wouldn't be screwed. It would be bad for all, so of course, but like it would still be a higher low than all the previous lows. It's kind of crazy. So that's the issue when you get so high and you just stay sideways like that, there's an argument for a continuation as well as a reversal to the downside. Okay, so big supports on deck. It seems very possible we're going to be testing them again. We might hold them, but like it looks like likely we're going to test them at 3.05, 3.01. Okay. All right. I like totals. Yeah, I like totals, man. No totals up here. So we could just like look through at some of these if you are so inclined. Some of the alts, or should we go to just maybe the index funds first? Do you want to see those? I mean, like, I'll just try to give you your value here.
Ford Traveler tipped $35. Hey Mitch, enjoy the slopes. Love skiing myself. I'm a runner and work out too, yet my body is never ready, lol. Worth it because it's fun though. Can we check in on WPLS/die? Also, was the Doge short opportunity identifiable from the weekly chart? Thanks.
Thank you, dude. We'll look at that, sure. Wrapped pulse. I don't think so. Probably not. It was visible in the daily, which was pretty good. 4 hour, I think, was good too. Most of the stuff most of the price action we're receiving right now that doesn't look good is on the 4 hour, 8 hour. It's not even so much the daily, which is good. It's kind of I guess that's well, at least you got that going for you, which is nice. But yeah, so I don't know. Exercise is necessarily a fun thing. It's just something that's mandatory if you want to have longevity in life, and so you just do it. So we want comfort. We want the path of least resistance. It's the way we evolved. But during evolution, we had to deal with adversity, not by choice, just to survive. And now we've conquered all that as humans, and now it's just like...
Hello Mitch, I love your channel. Would you please check the 10 weeks chart of Telephone USDT on KuCoin Exchange? Thank you very much.
Crypto Beaks, thanks man. Thanks for liking the channel and the stream, man. Thank you for being here during Power Hour. We have 30 minutes now, chat, until the closing bell on Wall Street. A couple thousand miles away from there right now. But yeah, we'll look at your TEL to US dollar tether on KuCoin. Sure thing, man. Put it on the list. All right, but just real quick, looking at the S&P 500, the spider, it's pretty strong, man. I mean, wow, they recaptured at least 600. They keep running it up. I mean, it looks like, oh, it's going to sell off. And then look, man, in Power Hour, they start rallying it higher. I mean, you're going for your highest daily candle close since possibly January 24th, which is one of your highest closes ever. At this point, they could be running to test 608.83 again. And if they break it, it's just like, we know, like all we're doing is identifying an extension pattern with a type 2 return. There is bearish divergence there on our side, but hey, man, who's to say they can't just keep pumping this thing higher? All right, we could go to a beyond a 1618, fine. You go a little higher, 620, and then roll over, or just nah, man, nothing makes sense. Let's just keep going, keep the market running, dude. Crazy. No meaningful pullbacks in a long time, man. No real meaningful pullbacks really since August. Yeah, I guess you could say that this was a meaningful pullback, but what kind of retrace was that from the high? 5.4%? I mean, okay. Just, it's hard to not be cautious up. You just want to be cautious up here. But yeah. All right, still just kind of at the level of inflection, at the completion, but the resolution has not yet begun. We could continue pausing for a while, and the longer we go sideways, chances are we could very well be breaking upward, and that could be the resolution of this structure. So you would think about this as just like an ascending triangle or a wedge pattern. It's like just because it's here doesn't mean it's going to certainly resolve bearishly. It could very well end up resolving bullishly, where instead of a huge impulse down to 564, the 200 moving average, you could get that same exact impulse up. So do you have to think about it just like, okay, there's a slight edge for downside with all this here, but it could very well break upward. Just like ascending triangles are inherently bullish, you'd think, but like people, like they'll have their, stereotypes. Like, oh yeah, look at that ascending triangle over there. It looks like it's a reaccumulation structure. Oh yeah, man, it looks like we're going higher. But I've seen so many of them, they just collapse, man, once they get done in their development. Then a measured move breaks downward. It's fine. Same with rising wedges. I've seen them break upward. It's crazy. Yeah, I've seen falling wedges break downward and resolve with a bearish measured move. Like crazy. So you think about these M shapes, W shaped patterns, the type 2s, the same exact way, okay? It's probabilities, not certainties, but we do know like consolidation will conclude and we'll get big moves up or down pretty soon. Okay, Dow Jones still up at this like 886 level, isn't really resolving yet. I mean, this is still a great level where, you know, pullbacks occur, 886s, but it hasn't yet. And they just keep pushing it higher, man. Go higher, whatever. Like, this thing is unstoppable, unfreaking stoppable for now. But yeah, not a good level to be taking fresh longs. It's just not, but whatever. NASDAQ, you know this one, same situation. We're waiting for resolution. That's all we're doing, waiting for a huge break upward or a big markdown. This one looks a little weaker than the S&P itself because you put the lower high in there and this high, you filled the gap, and now you dump, but you're rallying, but you're not really going anywhere today. So they could end up making another lower high locally, and you could just, I think 18,653 a test there would be great, but again, you're at these extensions. At the same time, like, right, could break upward. It was just a bull flag, man. Bullish consolidation. It happens. What's up, Brutus?
Super chatted $50. Stay out of the tree holes. What's up with gold?
Yeah, I don't want to get caught in that, man. I know that's super dangerous. Seen some videos of that. It's crazy. Do not want to die via suffocation. That would be a nightmare. Okay. I don't know. We'll look at it. We'll look at gold right after the IWM. We'll go to it, okay? Just because that's what we always do when we're going across markets. Okay, so just another day, just another test of 230. If you don't know what 230 is, that's just this mega inflection zone back from 2021. So you're in a long-term nice uptrend now, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, trading with the 200 moving average, but at the same time, they can't break 230. Things will look real nice once we get above 230, 234. And then really 244, that's the old all-time high from 2021. I mean, yeah, you got a lot of work to do, and you're up against resistance. So when you're up against resistance, it's like, I mean, is that the best place to take longs? No, it's normally when you're trying to buy at supports, right? Not buy at resistance that is being tested successfully as resistance today again, down 0.43%. Anytime that happens, you know, you could have max downside to the bottom level, 212. So you have that. Okay, so we'll be like, inverse head and shoulders doesn't really look like it to me. I mean, maybe you could use your imagination and say that's an inverse head and shoulders. I'm not just so sure about that. If anything, fine. 230, 234, the neckline. Good luck breaking that. Okay, those are your next ones. Let's go to gold. That did not, you know, have a great day, but now they're starting to pivot it. But like, what do you want, man? It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. 5 all-time high closes in a row. Yeah, eventually it's that little streak will stop, but look how strong it is. It's just, okay, off the lows by like nearly 20 bucks and just fine. I'm still waiting on the measured move of this diamond pattern. The diamond top continuation could act as, right? We look at a diamond just like we look at possibly an ascending triangle, a harmonic type 2 return. It's like, you know, it could have very well impulsed down. We could have been at 2376 right now, the equivalent of where we are, you know, reciprocally. So it just ended up breaking upward, which is cool. But yeah, 100% measured move, 2923, and like in another universe, we could have been, okay, on the way to the measured move downward to 2356. It would have been like right here, 2400 probably at this point. So nice. So what's up with gold? It's great, man. It's killing it. It's doing very good. Doing very well. And then silver also been doing well up against this last resistance. It's like a dragon, you know, dragon tail going on. You break 3250, you got A lot of upside potential, 34.88 to 35.41. Yeah, big resistance, a big breakout watch. You want to have your alert set up around 32.60, 32.59. You hear that beep, you'll know a big development, technical development's occurring, all right? Nice on silver. So as you can see on Bitcoin above, with that market, you know, that's how it works, man. Like the stock market, Bitcoin, you know, liquidity is tied together. And okay, so the stock market, the S&P 500's rallying off those lows, and it's going to continue probably to rally for the next, you know, 20 minutes or so. Bitcoin's going to, you know, it's going to be favorable for Bitcoin. All right, it's kind of how it's always been. Probably favorable for the altcoins a little bit. But yeah, anyway, so there you go. Like kind of across the markets. Wanted to catch you back up to speed if you value my analysis at all. So we could probably get to a couple requests. Let me look at some chat real quick. What's up, Wild Pony? Yeah, we got lots of snow here. This is the most snow I've ever seen in my life. You know, I guess outside of the blizzard of 1993, but I was like so young then. In my adult life. Oh, man. I'm so sore. Yeah, this is sick. Still a good time to join the Patreon/Citadel. Yeah. Patreon.com/MrT8. It's a lot harder to do all this stuff on a laptop than my desktop. Yep. Yeah, I got some pics on Insta. They're there. I mean, had one where we were at the top of the mountain. Okay, let's see. Delete altcoins. Yeah, reverse repo down 7 billion. Yeah, down a crap load today. Lowest in 4 years. Yeah, I've seen that. And that just means like banks are going to be less inclined to give out loans. They're just not, you know, they're a little bit more vulnerable to credit crunches. But you know what that means? If we get somewhere dangerous, like it could be very volatile for equities and obviously crypto and everything. But in the end, you know, like it's cute and all, everything we see. Okay, hey, Trump's dismantling the deep state right now with Elon. They're doing it, man. You know, America's healing.
So what's the symbolism behind your Colorado trip? Are you buying altcoins? 0.0493828 LTC.
No, I'm still waiting on alts, man. Still waiting. But thank you. Symbolism is, I don't know. Altcoins are freezing. You know, they're cold. They're not hot right now. They're in the freezer. All right. So I'm in the freezer too. But we're really high up though. Bitcoin is at a very high elevation, historically high levels of elevation. So am I. So there could be a lot of downside, or we could go a little bit higher. We go 14,000 feet, right? You know, to the top of these peaks here. But yeah, can't rule out downside potential, at least in the short term. It's possible. But again, your Bitcoin as it currently stands is in between two big levels. Okay, yesterday and today, they ran it at their highs of the day. They've run it to 99.3 and 99.250, and they have rejected those levels. That's the data that exists right now. That's not what's happening tomorrow or what happened, you know, 3-4 days. That's 2 days of rejections at 99.250, and we're just coming off the lows of the day thanks to the S&P 500 little rally that you tend to see at the end of the day. And that's it. That's where we are. Man, the altcoins though are in a lot of trouble. I know we got some requests. Let me try to knock those out so I can look at them and show you what the really bad stuff I've seen today. Just technicals bad. A lot of harmonics. Some of them are just like not even catching reactions. They're just failing. They've just failed. Like past tense, it's over. They're failed as F. There never has beens, never will be's. So let's see here. First request. Let's see here. Rap Pulse, I guess. Okay. Well, you got the M shape. Type to return. and you're dudding out. You are dudding. Like, I don't feel as comfortable about this setup now as I did, because now, what have you done? Most recent discernible, right? You know, I'm gonna shoot you straight. Like, Ramp Pulse, Richard Hart, all that. I thought it looked good technically. But the new data coming out was what? A formal bearish back test of the key level that they needed to break. They're not breaking it anymore. They're testing it as resistance. And now they're rolling over. And what's going on now? They're testing the 200 simple moving average, the daily 200 SMA, as resistance. So now I'm feeling confident to believe Wrap Pulse Chain could be heading on down 22% to go test 3761. That's how I feel right now. That's it. So new data presents itself over the course of what, like a week, 10 days or whatever, from when it looked pretty good. One low, a second low. But that's it. That should be it. And now, unfavorable price action since we last looked at it, which changes my tune for now. Okay? That's it. Sorry. Sorry about your S-Coin. Don't get mad at me, man. 22% downside potential below this 200 simple moving average. All right? Two had passed 3 days testing it. Yikes. Sorry, man. Don't be mad at me. Let me get some water. Dude, you got to drink a ton of water here. Oh, my God. I've had a headache for half the trip at this point. Anyone else see what I'm looking at and saying, yeah, that kind of makes sense, right? It looked good, and we let the data dictate, and it just doesn't look good now. Yeah, it looks like it's getting ready to dump. Yeah, but I've been taking Tylenol half the trip too, if you know what I mean, because half the time I've had a headache, so. It is what it is. Yeah, man. Totally. Sorry, man. Okay, that was a request, and then the next request, that was 40 Traveler. The next one with Crypto Beaks was Tell. I don't even know, man. I don't know what I was looking at before on it. Tell. I mean, it's very elevated. I mean, nice M shape. Remember, this is where opportunity is. Oh, look, hey, man, bottoming bases and 886s within, you know, those bottoming bases, and then like, wow, after the bottoming base, like at the lowest lows and key levels, they're regarded spring back test of spring twice, and it was gone. And now you're up here, and I mean, despite what happens next, man, your upside's just limited. You have nebulous to limited upside potential. You potentially have maximum downside potential, and that's just not a good spot to be in if you want to take fresh longs. Sauna for the soreness. Thank you, dudes. Glycinate, MG glycinate. I don't even know what that is, man. Thank you, dude, for the recommendations. Yeah. Yeah, man. Set saying Bitcoin's pumping. I wouldn't call it a pump, but yeah, it is off its lows by a few $100s. Just hanging in there. But as you can see, at a coin flip area with most recent not good price action. So, yep, you're gonna get it. That's the S&P liquidity. Chances are Bitcoin's not gonna dump with the S&P rallying into the close. Just, they don't really, that's not how it works. So, right around 97K. Yeah, so if you look at Telcoin, I mean, like, how do you manage your risk, right? If I'm here and I'm utilizing traditional technical analysis as a risk management tool, then that's it. I'm not here to forecast. What can I even say about this? Besides, hey, maybe if you want to take a short, I guess your stop loss would be around like 7787, and you're just shorting this thing. That's all you could do, right? I mean, because there's no long chance up here. Look where you are. You're so high. I mean, but yeah, I mean, whatever. But it's extremely impressive based on the fact that looking at the majority of altcoins on my watch list, they look really bad. I mean, this thing looks better than Ethereum, better than a lot. So it's very strong right now. but it's up against a local resistance, the top of a trading range. And if you're at the top of a trading range, the only thing that one would do is either do nothing. If you don't own any, if you don't have a position, you either do nothing or okay. If you own it, you could take profit at the top of a trading range. If you don't own it, you do nothing or you go short. That's about it, right? Too long right here, you might win this time. It breaks upward. It's like, wow, man, buying at resistance, buying at tops of ranges, playing the numbers game, it's not going to go well for you. Okay, so that's Altcoin. Down 0.45%. Very good compared to most of the altcoins, I'll tell you that. 10 weeks chart. 10 week, who does that? Who does a 10 week? I don't have that. Is that what you requested? The 10 week chart. Wow, I have to like create a new range. How do I even do that now? I'll add more custom interval. 10 weeks. What? Um, 10 weeks. So just hide some of these. All right, here it is. Your 10 week chart. I mean, look. Hey, that's a nice Rising 3 methods right there. But yeah, I mean, it looks great. Like, dude, again, I'm not talking about long-term trends and stuff. It's a good trend, but as it currently stands right now, you're up against resistance, top of a trading range, and it's just hard to construct a trading plan and a risk management plan. But it's a good trend. It's performing better than other altcoins. Your 10-week chart, I guess, looks good, you know? But that's it. All right, anyway. So that next request. So Brutus wanted gold, but we already looked at gold, so got that out of the way. And that was the last request of the day. So I guess we can look at some of these altcoins. Okay, so like Lind, for instance, okay. Not good, this is bad. Right? Things have changed. They've turned around, not in a good way. I mean, you made a lower high than the confirmation highs up here. You broke a key level from history. You're bearishly back testing that level. It's very similar to Ethereum price action, to its own level. And you're rolling over. Look, you're working on your lowest daily candle close truly since December 3rd. And there's just nothing here. Like, what would make the most sense to me, okay, is a retest of $200. And that means that if that was just going to happen, it would be normal. It would make a lot of sense. That means you got about 23% downside potential. Not the end of the world, but remember the run you had? Someone up here began a distribution campaign. Then it became more evident. January 31st, February 1st, very evident. Then the key support broke, the crash happened, and now things are reversing. Things are not going the way they were for a long time. They're flipping. Support is now resistance. Multi-month lows, oscillators are bad looking. Your RSI reading is in the bearish control zone right now, 37.6. Lowest reading since November 4th, just a day before the election, man. And these are not like great things. These are not like, oh man, I'm so excited, you know, whatever. Algorand was looking a lot scarier earlier. It's still breaking key support. Algorand, yes, Algorand, as you can see, an undeniable inflection point from history, 2022. It's been a resistance in 2019. And obviously a resistance reversal zone in 2023 here. This is just a level. It's just a very undeniable level where if the price does not hold there, you bearishly back test it, whatever, successfully, 16 cents on deck. So if you are breaking this level for real, you can't believe it now. You can't. No one will believe it, and they'll call me toxic and negative. But if this is really breaking, and there's truly going to be fall through, your downside potential legitimately is 39%. No one wants to hear it. I know. It's like, oh God, what are you doing, man? Stop talking about that. 39% downside. If this is really going to be breaking this level, and then it could break it, then it could back test it over a week, and then eventually then still see 16.6 cents. So not good. Not good, man. Okay. Thanks for the 720 people tuned in. If you're enjoying this Colorado live stream, hit that like button, the bell, sub. Remember, this is the highest elevation I have ever live streamed from in my entire life. So you're witnessing history. Okay. So very bad on Algorand. You could, I mean, it's not going to be the strongest short, but someone could probably, like with, you know, not the greatest argument for even, they could still have good risk management at this level. Like if you were like, okay, the bearish breakdown, we know about alts, when they dump, they waterfall, right? I mean, it could be this simple. Like you have a stop just slightly above the high of the day, and say, screw it, if we're getting stopped out of that, then you might very well be going to 35, 37 cents again, right? But if it doesn't ever stop out, you know we're most likely going to 16 cents, 16 plus cents. Okay, so that's just like an easy way to, like, again, it's not like the best setup. It's almost like a breakdown trade setup, but based on what we know about M shapes and these crypto cycles, they want to do this. They just always want to M shape. They want to do it, man. The 886 just happens to be that level. How freaking insane is that, chat? An 88% retrace is confluent with the key inflection zone that we were targeting for anyway. I mean, we were doing this before all these other M shapes completed, and I was like, you know, even on Ethereum, it's like, man, well, we would probably want 2,400, and it was at like 2,900, and boom, we got it within a day on that crash. So you just look set up for lower prices. I mean, you did. Here's one thing. You have a high probability outcome because this is the B point. And if you're breaking the B point from December 20th, 28.4 cents, that's the bat action magnet move. And that's when you're below that level in this context situation, you have a high probability outcome of a 786, 886, 886, 16.6 cents. Okay. Okay. And Bitcoin's going to oscillate, fluctuate. These alts are going to correlate to it. But you want to talk about like really bad stuff, man. Look at Altcoin. Remember, what about a legendary trade setup? Target 1 of the trade setup hit, target 2 of the trade setup hit. And that was it. It's like our community was the composite operator, or it was like, hey, TA just works. Where we were targeting people around the world that have no idea who we are, also targeted the same way. Because key levels from history, oh, okay. But now, round-tripped, it's all gone. Egg noodles and ketchup, you're breaking. I mean, the trade setup, the stop loss, like, would have been hit, you know, like it's so bad. You're going for your lowest daily candle close now since November 18th of 2023. So you're going for like the lowest price we've seen in a long time on this, and this is sadly kind of the situation that is unfolding for a lot of alts. Not quite as bad as this, but look. So here's one that's like Atom, okay, Cosmos. You have a completed M shape, but maybe you reacted, but the hammer is now invalid. I think with this price, it's not a valid hammer, you know. So you're at a price reversal zone, but there's been no reaction, no type 1 reaction at all, really. And you're just rolling over again. And so you're going to be testing 408. You're testing that swing low from 2019. If you don't hold that, my God, man, 188, 191 targets down there. I mean, just think about what's happening, man. It's very bad, right? What happened? Well, the election happened, and we had altcoins pump. This one appreciated in value when Trump got elected. 161% in 30 days. It's over, dude. It's over. Round trip. What is that? The lowest high we've seen of this long-term downtrend since the bubble popped in 2021. That's not good. Your lowest high. Okay, so not good here. Okay, Avalanche. Also completing an M shape. We were waiting on it, right? We knew it looked bad. It's like, okay, well, let's just wait on 886. Well, we hit the 886. You got this little reaction. What a hammer, and then the hammer's invalid. It was a never has been, a never will be. That's what we call those. They don't catch follow through after. They never were. So see you back down at 2059 to 2244. If they don't hold that, you're screwed. You're going to lose half your value and go to $10.80. So Yeah, man. Not much confidence. Whew, that sun's coming in now. Afternoon sunshine. Does it look okay on the stream? Can't really see. Oh, man, I think this is the wrong set, dude. Sorry, we got like some really over-emotional, yeah, music. Good God. There we go. Palantir crushing it. Yep. Bitcoin, silver. What are you talking about, dude? Sounds like another scam. We got Nikki Patel coming in from India. What's up? Around the world. Ah, man, it's like these freaking muscles right here from the, you know, the polls or whatever.
So much for Trump being the crypto president. 0.04907253 LTC.
What's up, Anonymous? Thanks for the Litecoin contribution. Well, I mean, come on, dude. He gets elected, and then crypto goes up 200 to 500%, and then Bitcoin goes up 60%. It's still up like 50% from before he got elected. So it's just like, it's all perspective. But yeah, altcoins are scams, man. You understand that altcoins are going to be scams, whether you have a pro-crypto president or not. They're still scams. We've been talking about this years now. These are scams. They are, what do we call them? We call them beanie babies. But unfortunately, there are more beanie babies than we can even imagine now. It's unfathomable. 36 million beanie babies? Dude, you can't collect all of them. Not enough money in the world to pump those scams. So I think it's a pretty safe and efficient way to look at this market as a scam market, but the only way to navigate it is via technicals, via structural developments for risk management purposes,
Hide the
and that's
wives,
it.
Hide the kids. Watch out for a black bear. Jokes aside, TA always on point, Mitch. Cheers.
What's up, Marbob, man? Thanks so much, dude. Thank you for being here. And hey, man, history, you're here. We're elevated up here. We're in the mountains. Yeah, black bears, I don't know. Yeah, definitely going to be black bears around here. I have not seen any wild animals while here. Nothing. But yeah, they're out there, man. Okay, they're like aliens. They're out there. Yeah. So I have no like confidence yet. I think you'll go retest this level, and we'll see. Like we will be waiting for good price action. We might get it. You just don't know. But like we know, there's downside. At least a little bit more. A couple dollars. Few dollars. All right. You want to see some really bad stuff, man? You want to see some bear porn, they would call it. Banned. Mother of God, man. I mean, you are at an all-time, you hit an all-time low just a few days ago, and now you are going for the lowest daily candle close in history, where it's like, hey, man, is this Wyckoff accumulation? It's Wyckoff get wrecked. Wyckoff redistribution, maybe. I mean, this is it. Like below this is inverse price discovery. So they better hold it, man. If they don't hold this, 75 cents, 50 cents, 25 cents, psychological levels, that's all you got, man. You can do fib extensions too, I guess. Low to high, if it breaks down, you'd be looking at 33 cents as your 1272. But remember, having the mentality that these are all scams, who's to say that it couldn't go to 33 cents? It could, and it wouldn't be weird based on Fibonacci.
Do you think Walgreens WBA is showing a 3 rising values on the weekly? I'm looking at 9 and 9.75 as levels from 1996. But LMK, how valid do you think that is? Sending 5.
Thank you, dude. Yeah, we can look at Walgreens. I mean, hey man, the narrative, if it was gonna be that, the narrative would be, well, they've legalized, or they've illegalized stealing from retail again, right? So that's good. That's probably good for all the brick and mortar retails. So maybe that's the narrative. We're going to start making money again. What? Oh, shoot, man. It's not even visible. It's not even on. Sorry. Yeah, this happens sometimes. Let me try to fix that. There we go. My bad, dude. That just happens sometimes. But boom. Thank you, Brad. We got a visible ticker up here, as you can see where my mouse cursor is. Sorry, that wasn't there. That's almost always there. That's literally 99.9% of the time it's there. But inputs, yeah, you travel and you turn your computer on and off, and you have two different screens up with the same chart. It just catches the wrong one and isn't right. So anyway, it looks awful. How about comp? I don't know. It's only down 1.84% today. It's not bad. Terrible. I mean, like M shape's completing. We're at the pattern completion zone of an M shape. You know it. But when reaction, we don't take action on the type 1. We wait for type 2. So there's a lot more work to be done, but there's no bids coming in. Like I think it looks like it's getting ready to just head on down to $38, 23% downside here, and it's not even weird. There's no support really where this asset is. I mean, that's garbage, and yeah, very bad. This gross. Well, CRV, remember 52% downside until the pattern completion zone. You're almost there. I mean, what are you about to do on CRV? About to make the lowest daily candle close since like effing November 21st. Head back to support. They tested it once. They're going for the test again. If they don't hold it, I mean, dude, that's real bad if you're not going to hold that. Yeah, the 886 is down to like 35.5 cents, but we were on the way. This is what I'm saying, man. Like when the M shapes aren't completed and you haven't plotted, it's like you got to sneeze, but you can't sneeze yet. I can't sneeze till CRV gets to 35 cents. Sorry, my YouTube live chat crashed. Y'all crashed, chat. What is my opinion of the overall downtrend right now in crypto markets? Well, I thought we'd gone over that like pretty deeply, right? We're 36 million scams now. When the last cycle there were like only 2.5 million scams. Finite capital. They pumped and then they've dumped, and that's crypto. And it's like we've always called them scams, beanie babies, whatever. Nothing's changed. All we do the way we navigate these markets is via traditional technical analysis, and that's it. Other people are going to be like, dude, look what BlackRock did on X, man. They bought this amount of S coins. Like, that's not gonna look at the on-chain Glassnode, dude. Look what these whales are doing. It doesn't matter. Like, been there, done that, seen it at tops. 2021, oh my God, the amount of like fundamental bullishness that was going on while Bitcoin was topping out, it was unlimited. There were a million reasons from whales and what they say, like people behind the scenes are buying, man. They're doing the same thing this time. Same crap, man. Eric Trump, buy Ethereum. It's like, technically, it doesn't make sense to buy Ethereum right now, chat. That's just me reading technicals. But hey, the president's son says buy it. So you can go with like what he says, or you could just be like, well, let's wait till we test 2,400 again, or 2,100, God forbid. And then maybe we'll see some sort of nice bullish engulfing candle or some divergence develop down there. An edge. You'll have a literal technical reason to maybe think about longing. And then if you get to those levels, you might be able to manage your risk with a tight stop loss in case it didn't hold. But right now, there's a lot of downside potential on Ethereum below 2889, 3,000. So we can continue on. I mean, stuff like Dash going, dude, they were going to do it. It hit $71. It's at $24.69. This is an all-time low range. You're just sitting at it. You're holding it. Maybe people are going to buy there. They might do it, dude. You might react off the lows. It's not broken yet. But, you know, again, you're staring at these alts sitting at supports, or they've already broken supports and they've already bearishly back tested those supports, right? They're resistance now. And Bitcoin just for the past 48 hours has rejected its own resistance. And it's like, man, you're now hoping for a random miracle that Bitcoin's going to just run back to 99.3, 100K plus, 102.5 plus. You're hoping for that. That's the only way these altcoins don't get obliterated in the coming week or two. That's it. Like if Bitcoin's just gonna reject and the rejection is respected, like that's respecting the TA's price action correlation. We're monitoring it, identifying what's happening. That's psychology. That's like they're saying, nope, way too much supply at that overhead resistance now. We're done. We're getting out. That's what that's implying on Bitcoin's daily right there. The 4 hour for sure, but the daily is also showing it. I'm looking at it. And it's like, if that's real, if that's respected, the target is 92,779. Imagine where the altcoins are. If we're saying they have 23 to 30% downside on some of them right already, we've looked at. If Bitcoin goes to 92,779, they're going to lose 23 to 30% of their value. Okay, that we're going to go hit those supports. And it would be TA respect. Man, all right. I'm Derek. I've been shredding for 2 days now, and I'm just trying to like let my body and my tendons and my ligaments, muscles recover. Remember, I only have, while I'm breathing, I'm taking in 40% of the oxygen I would normally be taking in anywhere else, like in America or in Miami where I live. Like, that's crazy. Over 50% less. So it's tough, man. Even streaming, I'm just exhausted. I'm just like, I feel like I'm at, since I've been here, I've never been at 100%, ever. People that are from here, they say it takes about 10 to 14 days to get fully acclimated to the lack of oxygen, the elevation. So this is my 3rd day. So like I won't even be here that long. So I'm never going to get fully acclimated to this environment. And that's okay, man. That's okay. We continue on. Look at some more of these S coins. How about Filecoin? Remember when it looked like it was set up for 40%, and it did it, right? Remember it was such a bearish back, and now it's like, okay, now 100% retrace. No bids. Going for the lowest daily candle close on Filecoin since, my God, man, October or September of 2023. I'm not even going to scale into C. I don't care. But yeah, you got an M shape, but my God, man, it's like we know there's no evidence of accumulation. None. There's nothing. That's why we like 886 retraces and 886 M shapes, because it's like it is evidence that momentum is maybe halting and maybe there's some accumulation coming in. But you don't have that here. It's just terrible. So scam coin. Oh yeah, but dude, they do storage online. Okay, well go ahead and try to gauge the value of them doing storage online. And it's decentralized. It's like fine, they have the working product, I guess, but just because an asset like a crypto has a working product doesn't mean there's any mathematical way to gauge value. Okay, the only way we gauge value on these S coins here, our philosophy, because this is clearing the thicket, man. This market hasn't been around long. We gauge it via 886 retraces or extensions, right? But we want accumulation. We have none here, and this is terrible. You're going back $3 on deck. 285. They don't hold that. Wow, you're screwed. I mean, you're going down to 243. Imagine what happens, chat, to Filecoin if Bitcoin just does a normal 92,779 test, because it would make sense after 2 days rejecting 99.3, 99,250. I mean, where would it be? Where would Filecoin be? It would be an all-time lows, I think. All-time lows on Filecoin, or at least rivaling 260, the low from the 3rd. Oh, hold on, dude. I'm just trying to catch my breath here. Give me a sec. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Oh, man. I'm telling you, dude. I know some people probably are like, dude, I didn't feel like that when I was at the elevation. It's like, dude, everyone's different. Okay. This is my 3rd time ever being in Colorado, I think. And, I've never sent, when I was here, I was never at elevations this high, and I've just been this elevation sustained for days now, and it's taking a mega toll on me. So just be empathetic. As a U.S. crypto, what about Cardano? Cardano is a U.S. crypto, but apparently it's maybe, Brad was talking about, he said it was, when he looked it up, it was like based out of like Switzerland or something. So I think that's like Hoskins and Son trying to get cute with like escaping the lack of clarity, U.S. regulations and stuff. So That's you till like day 10, skiing rooster. See? I wonder how I'm going to feel when I go back to Miami, though. Hopefully I'm like, just a bounce back like nothing. And it's like, wow. What's up, Daniel? Thank you for the kind words, man. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be the guy on Spaceballs. I'm going to go buy a can of Perrier Air and just... soon. No, I'll be all right. No, we're still going, man. Do we have another request, right? I think. It's not that like I can't continue streaming. I'm just, you gotta let me go at a pace. I mean, we got the good stuff out of the way, right? I provided the value to you, no matter what. If I drop dead now, it's all good. Let's see, WBA. This is not the Walgreens we know, really. This is like a UK really woke company. But yeah, you're right, man. Look at this. It's a 1618 and then just duds. Like what does it do? 200% retrace. Look, man, I get it. Yeah. Where are we at? Where are we at? We're the lowest level since 1997. There's no real, I mean, what's the support, dude? Support's like $9 maybe 766. The real support doesn't come until like 580. That's a big level. So, you know, in downtrends, you can get accumulation all the time. What do you think bear flags are? But yeah, I mean, you're like 1 low, 2, 3. It's not even really a 3 rising valleys because look, I mean, right here. So for me, I would never own this ever. Like I'd never buy this. The trend is too well established. And I think you're just going through a consolidation phase. You get short squeezes in the long-term downtrends. It's a secular downtrend, man. It's been a bearish trend, like bearish trend for 10 years, a decade-long downtrend to try to call the bottom of it, especially looking left and not really seeing too much historical support to like 580. Like it may play out, but it's most likely gonna manifest into the lowest high of the entire decade-long downtrend and roll over. So yeah, maybe, dude, maybe it's gonna do it. I don't know how you would play it though. I don't know where you'd say your stop. I mean, 200 moving out, you're below it, man. Still, you just tested as resistance, just like that was your first time testing the 200 really since December 2022. It's so bad. Okay, I guess if you wanted to play it, stop loss below 846, but that's just me, man. I'm not really interested in something like so miserable. I would rather just like wait for Tesla to bottom out and then put my money in there versus like putting it in WBA. But hey, you know, that's cool. 200% retrace. Yeah, again, I'm looking, I like the 886 M shapes. I like when they're completing at key levels from history. You know, this just isn't my favorite. Okay. Very bad. For reasons. They're a garbage company, man. They're not good. Very, very woke, man. Very woke. You should see some of their commercials. Like, go check out, type in Walgreens Boots Alliance Christmas commercial and go watch that. Tell me if you would want to buy that. Yikes. Okay, and that was your last request. It seems like we've had. That was the last one 15 minutes ago. Yeah, it's kind of dead. This typically happens, you know, like when the market just isn't, you know, going up anymore. People lose interest, and I don't think they understand how bad things are on altcoins and how much worse it could get, dude. I mean, it really does look like hot garbage on not like the biggest ones aren't the worst thing in the world, but the altcoins, it is kind of like the worst thing in the world. Look at IOTA, man. Look what happened. It's like 88%. We're waiting on this to hit 16 cents. We're waiting on this asset to lose another 25% of its value before we even think about it again. What? So that means nothing to do, chat. Nothing to do. Just hang out, count your money you made on the way up, right? Look, man, M-shape, targets, did you the A point? Yeah, you did. Okay, so you wait. Times to make money, times not to lose money. You are certainly right now, I think, in the time not to lose money. Chainlink only down 2.8%. Bad, very bad, boys. Very, very bad. You've broken a key level. You are formally regarding it as resistance. It's almost like that same situation we were looking at on the other one where you could just have a stop loss right above the level that's just been bearishly back tested. Only way to get a 3-to-1 would probably be 1350. Like that's you could play that. You could say, all right, I'm short and my stop loss, my threshold would be, if the stop loss is getting triggered, chances are we're going to 26 bucks, right? Because the buyers would be recapturing that level, but they just regarded it as resistance. So that piece of data right there is powerful, very powerful, and some strong selling pressure off the bearish back test. So boom, set up that stop, and let's see what happens, because this looks bad. And wouldn't it make all the sense in the world for it to do that anyway, to mark down? Because X, A, B, C, D, the C to D wave structure, that's where you are. The B point, maybe one of these B point, I mean, it would make a lot of sense to see 1340. If Bitcoin was to go to 92,779, you know you're at least getting to 1567. Could be worse. So you're not oversold, but you are in the bearish control zone, 36.25. Chainlink's lowest relative strength reading today since September. There's a lot of downside potential on this asset. Just letting you know, man. Okay? Yeah, very simple way to manage risk. It's not the strongest, right? I'm not saying it's a high conviction trade setup with all the variables, but it's just a price action trade. You can have like that, 1 and 2 targets, and then you're just done. Not even have 3. Like, it could be that simple. It could. And you don't take on many losses if it fails. That's the whole point, man. Minimal losses if it fails, max downside if it succeeds. We don't act like we know if it's going to play out, but we are witnessing a very bearish event occurring today. Okay. Why not, man? Again, not the strongest setup. Could be way stronger. Could be so much more to it. It's just a technical indicator and kind of trend analysis. Trends, kind of lower highs. Now we're breaking a support. These are all lower highs in this high. I mean, momentum is shifted into the hands of the sellers. But hey, remember, the argument becomes invalid. Everything I just said, it all becomes invalid if the stop loss gets triggered, if buyers recapture $20+. Sucks, man. I know. Really sucks. Something about Litecoin really, really bad too. Same type of situation. You know, in the end, this is something I didn't identify, unfortunately, but I was looking back at it and I'm like, dang, man, they put in a perfect bearish bat, and then it was over. Like they perfectly painted a bat, and then they type 2 returned it, and now you've broken key support and your tweezer topping at the top of that inflection zone, as you can see, right? That's crazy. You see, perfect rejection. So the downside's wonderful downside potential. I mean, like if the
Hi
price,
Mitch, hope you are having a good vacay. Thoughts on REI on NYSE? Thanks.
Was that anonymous? Hold on. Sorry. No, what's up? Dang, Brian, man, thank you so much for 25. Yeah, it's good. It's just taxing. It's tough, man. This is not an easy vacation at all. Okay, and that's, you know, not even complaining. I'm just being real, right? REI, yeah, we'll look at that absolutely right after this. Thank you, dude. So again, right, you want to take in the education. You want to take in the price action. Like, this is true TA. So like, the buyers attempted to break a level that is very real. It's been support resistance before. It's now resistance and it's tweezer. And so you're woefully below that. You've rejected it. You're going for your lowest daily candle close since the 13th. Not a big deal. But this is just, you have tremendous downside potential. Like Litecoin, where it is right now, has about 16% downside minimum. Okay, that's the target area, $84, $85 with this going on. Remember, if buyers were to recapture 110 really, then that's an invalid argument, right? That would be new data that would change everything. But until then, that's what's standing right now, okay? REI. Ring Energy. Oof. Been here before. Wow. A long time, I guess. Well, some really bearish stuff been going on it, right? They've been in a woeful downtrend, kind of ended in 2022, and it's been a multi-year downtrend now. Lower highs, lower lows. Lower highs, working on a lower low. Lowest high of entire downtrend, right there, mid-January. Woefully below the 200 or 200 some moving average. You were sitting at one low right here, 124. If that doesn't hold, it's over. If that doesn't hold, downside potential 25, 26% downside. It's like the altcoins. And I think that could make a lot of sense because if you look back from this swing low to swing high here, the 88% retrace is confluent with that 124 level. So in the end, I would just do nothing. I know it's at support, but they've tested it again, 100% retrace. There's no 886. There's no forms of accumulation. There is no evidence that there's someone buying more than before. There is only evidence that there was someone offloading their position continuously with the lower highs and most recently the lowest high of the whole multi-year downtrend. That's it. So if they test 124 again, they're going to continue weakening the support. Eventually, the demand will be absorbed completely by the sellers that are in full control of this asset, and you would just see another markdown to 124. And then that 886 is the value perceived area, the deep retrace, and then we could reevaluate it maybe down there. But for now, man, the downtrend is too well established, right? You really got to see consecutive higher highs, higher lows, and they got to be bigger structures. And yeah, I mean, that stuff's got to happen. So if you were to go long here, set up a stop loss of 124, I think you very well could be getting stopped out pretty fast, which is fine. I mean, you don't take on many losses either. But let's just see what happens, okay? I'll have an alert set up below 124. We hear that beep. We know what's happening. The trend is continuing. The trend is your friend, right? All right. There you go. Ring Energy, $1.28 down 2.29% today. All right. Gnarly, bro. Dang, man, that looks crazy. Mesogamma and his bro are at the top of T-bar right now, or they're taking on some crazy elevation. Anyway, all right. Was that the most recent request, I think? Yeah, Chad, if you're enjoying the coverage of this unfortunate place we're at in the crypto market, hit the like button, the bell, sub. Thanks, man. I'm sorry. Like, you know how I'd be. You know how I was in September. I was the equal and opposite person I am now in terms of sentiment and how things looked. It's just how we are, man. Bitcoin 96,461. That little stock market rallied. It's all gone now. Already gone. Where's my music, man? Hello? Wow, ended. Just randomly stopped. Dang. But wait, there's more. There's a lot of coins, man, right? Millions and millions of cryptos we could look at, right? There's no end. It's like now, you know, if you're in Manhattan, you could, for 3 meals a day, you could eat at a different restaurant every day for your entire life from birth to death. You'd still never get through all the restaurants. That's the same thing with S-Coins. We could scan, hit the space bar for the rest of our lives. We'd never get through all of them now. That's how many there are. Unreal. Okay. Michael, yeah, there's like oxygen bars all around here and stuff. Yeah. Well, Dennis, knock on wood. You know, they're very seasoned, good skiers. They've been doing it a long time, so they're, you know, skiing second nature to them. It takes a while to go from mechanical to second nature. I've had 2 ski runs now, so I think Mesogamus had 500 ski runs, and I think his brother's had maybe even more because he lives out here. So it's just how it is. How's VeChain doing? Well, good old VeChain collapsing at session lows at the lowest, going for the lowest daily candle close since November 21st. Pretty much nicked that 886 perfectly. That was the target area for so long, but like didn't actually hit it, and it's probably going to go hit it. 2.5 cents. And if you don't hold that, easy run to 2.1 cents. You get it, man. Like, so it's just round trip, man. Round trip. How long have I been live now? I think we're starting to just kind of get, hour and 37-minute live stream from Breckenridge, man. I think that's probably good, man, right? That's probably a good amount of stream time. And so all we can do is hope for a miracle that buyers are just going to randomly come in right now. Historically, they've never come in right here at this level and pushed it higher, never. So again, it would be like you're just hoping and praying to God that you get that ace of spades on the next card. That's kind of you right now. If you're wanting these alts to go higher, you don't have, the math is not your friend right here. The probabilities are not in your favor. A1, correct, man. Yeah, it's very true. Dirt Necklace, no, they're all getting arrested, thankfully, so we're good. Whew. What about Bitcoin? Dude, what about it? I mean, you cannot get excited about Bitcoin at all. Zero inklings of excitement until you're above 100K. But you really can't get excited again until you're breaking $102,500. Because that's the previous discernible swing high, one high, second high, third high, rule of 3 really concerns me. I hate that. And then the low, then the lower low. So it's again, short-term downtrend, mid-term no trend, long-term uptrend. So the short-term downtrend for 2 weeks now could continue, and it would make all the sense in the world at this point to see 92.7. But hey, maybe it won't happen, Hey, dude, do you think I'd be mad if like I come back and, dude, we're over 102K? You were saying that like 92.7. I would love that. I would be cool with that, like whatever. But I'm just telling you, right? All I can do is look at the levels and price action correlation to those levels. So buckle up, chat. Please remain cautious, and most importantly, remain patient on this crypto market, because there's more of an argument for some downside on some of these alts still than upside, but we'll see. It is beautiful, man. It doesn't even look real. You look at it, it looks like a painting. And you try to take a picture of it, and it doesn't even look that good, So the afternoon sun's starting to like beam in right here. So it's starting to mess with the whole view. It looked a lot better earlier. But what's the downside potential we have on Bitcoin? Downside potential just to the next level, we got about 3.5% downside. I really don't think that's like crazy at all, crazy downside, but 3.5% downside on Bitcoin equals 15 to 20% downside on many altcoins. So do we want to do a little Q&A, man? Just hang out. trying to catch my breath. $92 is the strongest support ever. You know, like, I mean, at least until 74K. It's the strongest support that exists. Where'd I get my t-shirt? I got this t-shirt from a viewer, I guess friend, but viewer in Austin, Texas back in 2019. We have a t-shirt with my logo on it that's very comparable that you can buy on the merch store. So this inspired that shirt's design. But yeah, I don't know where he got it, man. It's been a long time, man. Nico, what's up from Switzerland? Yeah, I can't wait till I get the hang of it either. I can't wait till like I come and I'm not like completely wrecked by oxygen deprivation. Damn, my YouTube chat crashed again. We're at 9,500 feet. Alex was around 28, 29. So many years ago. Near around when I started to stream. Try Banff or Jasper, Alberta. Yeah, we were talking about Banff. Those are the Colorado Rockies. No, I'm sorry, the Canadian Rockies up there. Yeah, Rockies are crazy, man. No, Andrew, no, not at all. All right, well, anyway, man. I like getting in and out dirt necklace, but like on some of my Bitcoin, I have some, and I'll probably always have some, so. You want to see something nasty? We didn't even look at it. Cardano? Pfft. Forget about it. Remember, it was like, you have all the reason in the world to never own Cardano below 89.5 cents. This is why. Below that level's death. And it's drawn down, working on its lowest daily candle close since November 17th. Yeah, you're about to be hitting some support resistances. Yeah, it's real, 2022. But think about what it's doing. Just think here. Incomplete M shape. Let's wait for at least an 886, right? What's an 886? 43 cents. Just waiting for 43 cents. So that means on Cardano, if you wanted a structure that we could recognize and possibly trade and then get to historical supports down there, you would want Cardano to lose another 39.5 to 40% of its value. You just would, man. If it reverses here randomly, great. You didn't have an edge. You didn't have anything to go by if it just randomly reversed here, okay? And it could, man. I'm not saying it couldn't. We just like having the edge before we like taking longs. But you don't have to have an edge for an asset to go one way or another. Well, be careful, Mitchell. All right, chat. Well, it's been a good stream. Really appreciate y'all coming out. Remember, this was history. This was the highest elevation stream I've ever done. First stream I've ever had with a beanie on, I think, too. So, yeah. So thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Big Mike 886. Thanks again for being Session Top Jesus once more. You take that title many times. So I'll just be back. Until next time, respect the TA.